really be that April Fool that it is, living up to expectation. Well, yeah, happy new month once again. Alrighty, you know what? I'm not just gonna waste so much time. But I'm not here alone. Of course, this is Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show where we start your day the right way. It's more like we're giving you a morning booster or morning tonic, just to allow for you to spread your eagle's wings right there across everything that concerns you. And that way, of course, you are never deformed because information is littering from here on to where you are. I've got my dearest colleague right here, and I want to ask her firstly what she thinks about the removal. Okay, no, will I say removal? The sacking of the GMD NNPCL. Melikari has been sacked. Come on.
Well, I like you said, the April Fool month is finally here. And I'm just wondering who's going to be fooling who, and who's going to be fooled at the end of the day,
and who's going to be taking the fall.
Okay,
for the fool.
This morning, we see it as a breaking news that the NNPCL board has actually appointed a new GCEO, right? And this is somewhat of a shocking and quite surprising news, if you ask me.
I tell you.
But I don't know if this is some sort of, stunt or maybe a prank.
Maybe it's an April Fool.
Maybe, just
Honestly,
maybe.
So
maybe. I'm not going to take this to heart in a hurry.
Okay.
I'm going to wait up until maybe 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. And what is really, funny is the fact that our focus on Eagles Outlook today is not far from what is going on in,
right there.
within the NNPCL, the oil sector, Dangote refinery, and what have you. So I don't know. Well, the month maybe has started on a dramatic note, because we've also seen in other sectors or areas where a ban was actually placed on public gatherings and what have you, for the fear of agitations from different quarters. But we still have a senator, who seems to be the pride of our people now, violating that, directive or that order from the state government. And what else is going on?
What else is going on? A lot of drama, you said. And we're looking forward to more coming on in April. 2025 it is. Well then, who's going to be the fool and who's fooling who? Who's covering for the fool? We'll find out. But let's greet you in a way that we know how to already. This is the fourth day. Oh, the second day. I'm rushing this thing. Sorry. The second, number 2 day in the month of April. If in number 2, we already seen all of this. What's going to happen just before we get to number 10? And number 10 is a powerful number, especially when it comes to football. When you wear the number 10 jersey, it's like you're Diego Maradona or your Kocha, as it were. But greeting you in the way we know how to. Let's just say today being Wednesday.
Right, way back Wednesday.
Way back. Ooh, no wonder that song. No air, no air. Don't worry, you'll be able to breathe today. Nobody's stuffing you. All right, you'll be breathing today. All right, let's say it already. We'll say Otutuoma. We say Inakwana. We say Ekaro, and I'll let the other 3 come from the mouth and the lips of Omo Efe right here.
Well, taking you all the way back to the southern part of the country, the good people of Akwa Ibom State would say, and also Cross River, right?
That's
they would say, Amesiere.
Exactly.
Did I get it right?
Amesiere. You got it.
And of course, coming back to, Kogi State, the Igala people would say, Olodudu.
That's right.
And the Gbagis right here in the nation's capital would say,
I love this one.
Agife.
That's the part, the Faye part.
We have to take you all the way back to, the Niger Delta now.
That's
but
right.
of course, best believe we'll bring you back, all right?
That's right.
Now, the good people, the proud people of East Soko Nation in Delta State, Nigeria.
Are you ready for it?
You would say,
wait for it. I always love this experience every time we go the Emmamuria, okay?
That's right.
And then, of course, greeting you in the language that you and I totally understand, universally accepted, and that would be Una Good Morning. My name is Uduak Daniel.
Is that all?
Call me UD, the golden voice on
See,
the radio.
we just have to we have to do our best not to leave our titles
Okay,
behind.
okay.
Well, my name is Omoife Peace Osemere. Some
All
call
right.
me Hajia
That's
Efe.
right.
Others call me Princess Adeze One.
Okay.
And a new addition to, the bag of
Oh,
titles.
please
would
don't
be,
say. Don't
no,
say.
I just have to.
Okay.
Dr. Prince, I just gave a new title.
All
on
right, wait
Monday.
for it now. It's coming.
It's mommy. The way you have to just say mommy. Don't
Okay.
say mommy.
No,
don't say mom.
don't say mommy.
This is mommy.
No, mommy.
You know?
You
Thank
have
you
to
very
grow
much.
with the me. You
Thank you.
understand? Do you know what me is in Yoruba?
What does that mean?
Swallow. Me?
So don't swallow me,
Don't
please. Please.
Show my me. Mommy. All right, no, who's saying mommy, daddy this time, especially with all the drama that's going on. But let's also bring you up to speed with what is internationally commemorated across the globe. And today, of course, is a very significant day on my face.
Absolutely. It is World Autism Awareness Day.
That's right.
And advancing neurodiversity and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, that's the SDGs. Now, since the United Nations General Assembly designated 2nd of April as World Autism Awareness Day in 2007, the UN has worked to promote the full realization of human rights and fundamental freedoms for autistic individuals, ensuring their equal participation in society. And over the years, significant progress has been made, driven in large part of autistic advocates who have worked tirelessly to bring, the is it lived experiences of autistic individuals to the forefront of global discussions. Right here in Nigeria, we have, the people who are with, autism, like they have a community.
That's right.
And I think these people should be celebrated not only on the 2nd of April, annually, but every day of our lives. We need to celebrate these people because they are special people
Exactly.
amongst us. And they are really very intelligent, if
That's
you
right.
ask me.
That's right.
Very sweet set of people. So if you have them in your midst, please do well to show them love. All right. And if, let's say, for example, you go to the banking hall and you see an autistic, person or someone with autism, please do well to assist the person,
That's
as
right.
much as you can. Do not just neglect the person and make the person feel less of themselves. They are humans just like you are.
That's right. Don't do it out of pity. All right. They don't also want to be pitied. All right. So don't pity. Just do it because, of course, it's a sense of responsibility.
That's right.
Okay. You got that. What's the theme for this year, though? The theme for this year is indeed a very, very lovely one. All right.
Advancing neurodiversity and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And this actually highlights the intersection between neurodiversity and global sustainability effort, showcasing how inclusive policies and practices can drive, positive change for autistic individuals worldwide and contribute to the achievement of the SDGs. Now, this should be a wake-up call to the federal government, the state government, the local government, and every citizen. Honestly, we all have a role to play.
Exactly. Talking about a role that we have to play, there's also a role that we have to play, and that would be us bringing you the 10 things that you ought to know this morning. And let's jump right into it. Okay, well, the Nigeria Immigration Service has arrested 51 irregular migrants at New Nyanya, Karu local government area of Nasarawa State. Now, Karu is a suburb of the Federal Capital Territory. In case you didn't know, right, it's right here in Abuja. Right now, the migrants are said to have sneaked into Nigeria from Mali. The same Mali? Are you really serious? And they picked up at their hideouts within the New Nyanya axis. Well, let's give it to them now. NIS, well done.
51
Malians. Malians.
Well,
Does it ring a bell? Malians.
come on.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Operatives of the Department of State Services, they have arrested 2 principal suspects, their names withheld anyway, involved in the gruesome murder of 16 traveling hunters of Kano State at Uromi in Ishan Northeast local government area of Edo State. Now, the 2 suspects, according to security sources, were arrested in Uromi following credible intelligence as security agencies are still hunting for other key suspects. Now, this is a step in the right direction. That
Right.
2 principal suspects, have been arrested and taken into custody for proper interrogation, and also with hopes really that they'll be able to provide the names of other suspects or others who actually joined forces to lynch these hunters.
Right. And then this is also not to, forgo the fact that some persons have also been brought to Abuja from Edo State.
That's right.
Linked to the case and the matter. But let's let you in on the fact that a suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan on Tuesday, that was yesterday, arrived the venue of her homecoming rally with a helicopter. Oh, I saw that on the front page. Is it off the Guardian newspaper now? Okay, well, get on with the Vanguard. You'd find out one, a white helicopter right there. Ooh, she came in style, right? And despite security concerns raised by the police. Now, the event was put together in her honor in Kogi State. 24 hours to the event, the Kogi State government had banned convoys, rallies, citing security threats. Well, I don't know what security threats would be about a young lady who's, what would I call a married woman, okay, a person of her stature and nurture, right, and nature, arriving at a home state. I mean, she says, from what I read and I saw her saying, she says that, you know what, I have a responsibility to my people, and I've just come to my people, and I don't see how that should be a threat.
And as a matter of fact, the turnout is what actually baffles me, because despite the
250,000.
Despite the order, the security concerns raised by the police,
Yeah.
people came out in their numbers to receive, their own daughter.
That's right.
I mean, whether we like it or not, suspended senator or not.
Or not.
She
She's a daughter.
is. I mean,
daughter of the
a
soil.
Kogite.
Kogite.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, even with all of the 250,000 signees that appended their signature to have her recalled, we still saw that massive crowd. And it makes us question, who are then those who signed? If we had that massive turnout for your daughter.
Political analysts or even observers would say that the suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is somewhat of a strong force in Kogi State, and people should be, on the lookout for her, especially looking at, future elections.
Alrighty.
Looking at, the stronghold she actually have, on people in Kogi State, and the support she's been getting, from people, not just in Kogi State now, but across the country. It just goes to tell you that she is a strong force. But this is not to, hold brief for the senator, the suspended senator now. But we're just, stating the obvious.
That's right.
Right? And away from that one, the Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja has fixed today, Wednesday, to deliver its judgment on the case. The People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Asue Godalo, filed to challenge the outcome of a gubernatorial poll that was held in the state September 21, 2024. Well, we're waiting, really. I think
we're waiting to see that.
Let's see the judgment that would, be delivered at the end of the day.
All right, letting you know that major streets in the ancient towns of Otukpo, the headquarters of Benue South District, were on yesterday, taken over by angry residents who came out in large numbers protesting against the increasing cases of kidnappings and killings in the area. Now, the protesters who marched through the streets chanting war songs and making demands blocked most of the major roads leading into the town from other parts of the state. Now, what do you think about this? I mean, because even though we see what went down in Edo State, now these ones are agitating for their rights and saying, hey, excuse you, please, we need to be safe. It's a demand. We're not asking, we're not begging you, we're saying it's a demand. In case you didn't know how serious it is, we're telling you that with the Constitution, we have rights and powers to do this, to come onto the street peacefully and speak power to, authority, or speak truth to authority. But then again, some persons will still come out and say, oh, why would they be protesting and all of that? If it hasn't really gotten to you, you really may not really understand what the situation is. And if you're living in glass house, don't throw stones. That's what it is, okay? Because when it does come around, what goes around, they say comes around, maybe you'll understand the full weight of what it means to be under fear every time in your community, in your indigenous ancestral home, and you're afraid of being kidnapped, you're afraid of being killed, you're afraid of, come on.
Many have actually fled their homes, and the ones still there, they are living in fear.
Perpetual.
Of the unknown.
Honestly.
Well, away from Benue State, let's take you back to Kogi State, where the government has condemned the allegations made by suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, describing them as reckless, malicious, and utterly false. Now, the government also called on security agencies to monitor Akpoti-Uduaghan's reckless utterances and inflammatory actions, asserting that she should be held accountable for any attempts to incite violence.
Okay, not said, right? Okay, let's not dwell on it. But anyways, we should also let you know on the fact that, well, if Akpoti, I'm not holding brief for her, but look, if Akpoti were to make insightful statements right there, right, she will not be the first. We've seen Nasir El-Rufai, we've seen other top personality make very, very grievous and gravous, statements, and they're not behind bars. But hey, this is not also to say Akpoti-Uduaghan, Senator, with due respect, right? Well, the suspended senator, with due respect, yeah? That you should go about, inciting the people. But what will she gain doing that? I'm just thinking, what will she gain? Well, candidate of the Labour Party in a 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, on Tuesday, accused the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration of being ineffective in implementing economic policies. Now, Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, revealed this in an interview on national television Tuesday, and also criticized the decision of President Tinubu to float the naira in the absence of productivity. How many syllable word is that? Productivity. Okay, 5.
Well,
okay.
The family of Memuna Abdurrahman is appealing to the public for assistance after their 5-year-old daughter was abducted by a suspected kidnapper in the Ejigbo area. It was learned on Tuesday that the missing girl was abducted on March 9, 2025, while she and her sister were returning from an Islamic school.
5-year-old. Okay. I just leave it be. Right. Same things that the youths or the peoples of the good peoples of Benue State are protesting. All right. Suspended Kogi Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan again has alleged that the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC is guiding the All Progressives Congress APC in the petition for her recall. Akpoti-Uduaghan, who defied the Kogi government's curfew by holding her scheduled rally on Tuesday, made the allegation while addressing supporters at the homecoming gathering. But then again, let's look into it. Defying a state governor's, it doesn't make sense. It's like you're going against, the instituted authority, right? Regardless of what your plea or rally, whatever it is that you stand for, right? But defying it, I don't see how that makes sense, right? Because if you're going to uphold, the law, principles that the Constitution has provided, then uphold it wholeheartedly. And in fact, it's an opportunity to shine, to say, well, I decide to abide by the directive of the state government.
No, but Udwa, she is not the first to defy orders.
Again,
all right. Orders, directives, statements have been issued over time, and we've seen our politicians defy them. So she won't be the first, and probably not the last.
Even in our case,
but we're not trying to justify acts like this. We're just saying that the right thing should be done always, and there should be that decorum. And in a bid to ensure that the right thing is done, a number of Nigerians are saying that it should be a top-to-bottom approach, because we are looking up to our leaders. But that is not to exonerate, the masses who just have a way of, doing things anyhow they like.
I mean, think about it, Omoefe. If the National Assembly had defied a court order restraining them from passing that judgment, well then, she might just be like, you know what? I might just do myself, be me, do my thing, regardless. Okay.
Well, Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru has arrested 6 commissioners over alleged involvement in breach of a contract for the construction of 140 housing units for Izo and Amaza communities. It was gathered that the affected commissioners before the arrest were declared wanted by the state government.
Okay.
All right. Talking about gross misconduct
misconduct.
In every form, honestly.
All aspects.
We'll leave it there.
Honestly. Well, let's jump into the front page of Nigerian newspapers already. For some reason, we don't know why the Vanguard is coming late to the meeting this morning, but we'll just make do with the dailies that we have at our disposal. All right, starting with the Nation newspaper now. All right, with the Nation newspaper, the big story, 5 major banks declare 4.56 trillion naira full year profit. Can you beat that? Oh, 4.56 trillion naira full year profit. Now it's got 2 riders to it now. The first one, net gains after tax grew by 66.2%. Second rider, assets of top financial institutions hit 100 trillion naira. That story begins on the front page of The Nation, continues on page 4 of The Nation newspaper. Now let's take you to yet another story that continues on page 2, but with The Nation newspaper as well. Drill or lose your oil wells. Federal government is warning right there. Drill or lose your oil wells. Okay, federal government warns. Okay, page 2, you'd find that story continuation. Okay, to page 3, add 1 to 2, you get 3 already for those who don't really know mathematics, but of course they want to know. All right. And Philip Shaibu advocates active roles for deputy governors. Oh, I see. I like it. Page 3. But why advocate active roles for deputy governors when deputy governors are supposed to know that they should indeed have active roles in the committee of what's going on in their states? But net forex reserves rose from 3.99 billion US dollars in 2023 to 23.11 billion US dollars in 2024. Page 7 has got that story. Now, this one here continued on page 2 again, which, by the way, if you ask me, is looking popular. Funding slows down INEC's plan to hold by elections. Okay, fundings slows down INEC's plan to hold by elections. All right, and there's a couple of liners addressed in that. This one says where polls will hold. Okay, 2 senatorial districts, 5 federal constituencies, 9 state constituencies. That story continues on page 2 of The Nation. Just above The Nation newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the heights, the peak, the apogee, the zenith of it, the top of it. You would find on page 4, 2 more Uromi killing suspects arrested. Suspect arrested. It's got 1 rider to it now. Kano Okay's at those, what's that? Moves. Yes, Kano Okay's at those moves. Okay, now to this one, tribunal rules today in Igodalo versus Okwebolo petition. Page 3 has got that story. Page 4 now, Kogi government seeks security agencies action against Akpoti Uduaghan. This should not raise another dust, please. Page 4 holds that story. And now to this one, page 5, Aleshinloye market Makinde halts planned demolition. All right, that's it for The Nation newspaper.
Very well, then, let's take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper. Federal government borrows 13.21 trillion naira from World Bank in 20 months. Now, fresh $1.1 billion loan approved in 1 week as debt profile hits 142 trillion naira. The second rider says multilateral loans are vulnerable to corruption. Experts talking there, and you have a breakdown to that effect, by the way. You find details on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Uromi killings is the key card. DSS has arrested 2 principal suspects. Edo government is saying that. Kano governor reiterates call for justice. A victim's right to freedom of movement violated. That's coming from the National Human Rights Commission. You find details on page 5. Natasha defies ban, lands at rally ground in a helicopter. You find that one on page 13. And then Edo governorship is the kicker. APC, PDP, confident of victory as tribunal rules today. Details on page 13. Man absconds as wife gives birth to triplets. You find that one on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Yudi, what does that tell you, by the way?
There's a lot of things it's telling me. Hardship. How will I take care of these children? And then the third thing is telling me cowardice. He's a coward.
I think that sums up everything.
Cowardice.
Because...
Well, what's that?
It is assumed that you are matured enough. I mean, before you even think of getting married, you should be matured enough to face whatever life throws at you.
Honestly.
And these are kids we're talking about.
In fact, if you had even come out after having, showing support, stand by her, and then come out on the social and say, please, I need help. Better. You don't run away. Come on. Are you a toddler? I don't even see the difference between you and those. The babies are even more mature. because they had a boldness to come into the world. When you were there running away like a dog with its tail in between its... Lord, are you all right? I don't get it. Cowardice! You're a coward, that man. He's a coward. But anyways, I don't know what you might call that. Yeah, some would say hardship. Some would say, oh, is the economy... Well, a lot of people are really very quick to blaming the economy for everything. But let's jump into the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, right? Oh, the big story. Natasha again. Natasha defies all odds. Arrives Kogi in helicopter. Okay, he's got a couple of riders. Addresses large crowd in her homecoming rally. Where did these crowds come from? Okay, but says, I am not a bastard. I am an Ibira woman. I am not afraid of anybody. Lawmaker attempting to manipulate public sentiment. Kogi government is saying that. Page 5, you'd find that story. Is a big story, I tell you. Get across social media platforms. Look at our television that we are hosting, and you would find on YouTube as well as Facebook these big stories. Okay, this one here, how Nigeria can maximize $500 million World Bank loan. Oh, finally, we got it, right? LCCI is saying that, and that you'd find on page 4 to page 6 now. Immigration arrest 51 illegal migrants in Nasarawa. Okay, this one, Ponzi operations risk 10-year jail term, 20 million naira fine. SEC is saying that. Page 4 holds that story. Very popular now. CBN reports $23 billion net foreign exchange reserves. This is highest in over 3 years. You'd find that one on page 22. Okay, just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, NHRC reps Minority Caucus condemned killing of 16 hunters in Edo State. All right, that one is condemnation in the right way. Okay, page 5 you'd find, or page 3?
Right.
Yeah, page 3. Okay, I'm reducing my Gary intake now. Page 5, Ekiti Airport targets 24-hour flight operation, says Oyebanji. All right, and it's got one rider to it, insists Ekiti economy has improved under his watch. Okay.
Congratulations
to you.
Now, the Guardian newspaper is leading differently, talking about the power sector. This course may take 11 years, 1.4 trillion naira to bridge 7.2 million metering gap. You find that one on page 6, and there is also a breakdown to that effect right there, and it somewhat explains, the crisis rocking, the power sector in Nigeria. Now, controversy over leaked tribunal judgment as Edo government, APC, PDP claim victory. Who leaked the tribunal judgment, though?
Some question on my face. Some question, I tell you.
Who leaked it?
Someone leaked it. Someone.
Now all the parties involved are claiming victory.
Everybody's claiming victory. So someone licked it.
A win for all. One is a
win for all.
All right.
Except for court issues will still come up again.
Anywho, that's on page 6, and then federal government to withdraw idle oil blocks, charge IOCs to drill or drop. You find that one on page 4. Kano justifies Sanusi's reinstatement as Monarch pays Salah homage. Details on page 30. Nigeria's net FX reserves rose to $23 billion in December. This is coming from the Central Bank of Nigeria. And then Niger exits multinational joint task force.
Wow.
You find details on page 30. Oko Don decried deplorable state of Nigerian varsities. You find details on page 5. And then I feel depressed over Rivers emergency rules, says Fubara. Oh, he's feeling depressed.
Okay, he's feeling depressed.
It's really depressing.
Depressing.
In all fairness to him. This development took him by surprise.
Of course.
But depression is really not a good thing, and it's a very strong word or statement right there. Right? To say that he's feeling depressed.
I'm hoping it's not going to be a political statement though from him to. Oh, that's just my point. Because
playing on our emotions.
Because this was
what you did.
Don't write it off.
No,
don't write it off totally. Don't write it off totally. I'm telling you, it could also be a political statement. I feel depressed. Yeah. Now, if every Rivers State citizen comes out and say, do you know the depression that each of those citizens of Rivers State have been feeling all this while? Oh, come on. So it's a political statement for me.
I think the ball game is entirely different here.
Doesn't matter for me.
A governor suspended?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I feel depressed, he says.
I want to believe that your skin is actually thicker than that of, the suspended governor of Rivers State. But it's okay. Now, Natasha returns in helicopter chopper, addresses supporters at Ihima. That's on page 3. On page 3 again, Trump's third term bid Bad omen for Africa, says Ozokeme, other lawyers. And we'll leave it there for the Guardian newspaper. Let's quickly go pay this bill. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Vanguard newspaper. Yes. All right. Do join us again.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Chai! What happen, bros? Now this Ramadan promo where they bust my head though. Ramadan promo? Yes, so the Ramadan promo from My Abuja Home Limited, their real estate company where they support small man to rise. You remember last year, My Abuja Home gave back 500 plots for free. I remember people rush the land now. Then they run am again, oh. My Abuja Home Limited for their land where they for Peiko Gwagwalada for Abuja FCT. Then they give out another 300 plots for free in their Ramadan promo. 300 plots for free again? Yes, 300 plots only. No be just any land, oh. Now FCT Abuja land, bros. Just pay the money for legal and admin, and you don't become landowner like me. How much, bros? If you want 250 square meter plot, you pay only 700,000, and for 500 square meter plot, you pay 1 million only. But the promo dey finish soon, oh. It dey finish soon, oh. Wow, 700,000 and 1 million naira, very affordable. Ramadan promo, help me, bros, before the land finish. Just call 080-888-37426, 080-888-37426, or 080-827-23824, 080-827-23824, or visit their website www.myabujahome.com. My Abuja Home, live the life.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I suppose it was inevitable. Eagles 102.3.
Okay, yes, we're back from that bill payment, and we are saying we'll be looking quickly into the Vanguard newspaper. It's going to be a smart read, so stick with us right now. All right, so the stories we're going to be taking, each of us. All right, the big story now, killings, that's the kicker, who locked down by security operatives. A lot of riders will know into find us on page 5.
Right, and Kogi Central stands still for Akpoti Uduagan. Nobody can stop me. No respect for... Okay, that's the lawmaker talking there. Nobody can stop me. She has no respect for rules and laws. Kogi government is saying that one. You find that on page 8.
Look at the crowd.
Like
you serious? Yes, rally. Oh, come on.
Or a campaign rally.
Yeah. Liberation Day is the kicker now. Nigeria's 4.59 trillion naira exports to U.S. under threat.
So how is that supposed to be Liberation Day?
I don't understand. Page 26. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay. And right underneath it says, as Trump announces new tariffs today. Okay. Now, Ekiti Airport will run for 24 hours or will run 24-hour flight operations. Governor Yebanji is saying that one. You'll find details on page 10.
All right. Just above the Vanguard newspaper now, this one says Ponzi scheme operators risks 10-year jail term, 20 million naira fine. SEC warns, page 19.
All right. Killings, kidnapping is the kicker. Angry residents short major roads in Otukpo. That's right there in Benue State. You find details on page 7.
From Benue to Edo State, Edo governor poll disputes is the kicker. Anxiety as tribunal gives judgments today, page 9.
And on page 13, Governor Sani reads Riot Act to monarchs over land grabbing. All right, you have this lone spot story right here. I will convince Waneri to play for Super Eagles. This is coming from the gaffer right there. You find details on page 32, but best believe that Vicky Vic will do justice to that one.
I tell you.
And please, we can't really skip this Mr. and Mrs. cartoon right here. It says, young man, it's I do, not I will try. That's the clergyman now. Yeah. And the response is, I am sorry, sir. It's my first time. This is coming from the groom.
That's why I'll try. It's not like I will do. I do.
Could that be the reason why that man actually ran? He absconded?
Because he was trying. He didn't come there with, look, marriage is not something you come and try. It's a conscious effort, right? It's a conclusive conclusion.
What it says for better, for worse, in sickness and in health.
Well, even though some persons from your gender have decided that it has to be for better, for best. It doesn't have to be.
No,
for
we
worse.
have to be realistic. because anything can happen at any point in time.
Right.
Well, all right. Let's quickly hear from you what your thoughts are. And this particular story, I'm just wondering why it didn't make it to the front page of Nigerian newspapers. But we saw this on the Vanguard newspaper, and we're still seeing it. As a matter of fact, that Tinubu sacks Kyari, NNPCL board, appoint engineer Ojulari as new GCEO. And we're just going to check through other national dailies if they've also published that story. Okay, I think we have it on the Punch newspaper,
yes,
so
it's
legit.
It's very legit.
All right, so let's quickly hear from you.
And just to add to it, on
Right.
my face, for some of you that keep saying that, oh, our voices are not heard, please, we are heard. I remember many family
Number of
members.
Nigerians have
we've
called
been
for the
we've been
sack
calling
of-
for it. I mean,
Yeah.
enough is enough. Let's have a fresh. The president said, "Let the poor
Breathe.
breathe."
Okay, so it looks like the air is now
It's
fresh.
now fresh.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's start afresh. This one is an engineer. He should know better.
All right. The numbers to call this morning are 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 0909 705 44 and 50. Join the conversation live on YouTube and Facebook by leaving a comment if you like. Do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. The truth is, we'll be more than glad to acknowledge your thoughts
Exactly.
on here. So, are we starting with the voice call?
Let's go into it.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to
Good
you,
morning,
Dr.
Dr.
Prince.
Prince.
My friend and my kid. I'm a barrister.
Good
God
morning
bless
to you, my brother.
Good morning.
Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from this is the Dr. Psychon, and I'm calling from Kalimas.
Awesome,
Right.
awesome. Let's get into it, Doctor.
He's quite saddened. He's quite dehumanizing and devastating that people at Otrugbo, in Benue State are lamenting because of the frank killing and also kidnapping through their doctors. I'm asking a question, sir. Which time can we be free and be liberated or be emancipated from all this, crime that is been ravaging this country? I've been saying this, that we don't have any natural disaster, like hurricane, like flooding, like what you call earthquake, like other people in all over the world. But the problem we are having is ourselves through politics because of divide and rule system and mechanism. Can these people, have the upper hand more than the federal government of Nigeria? Sir, if you look at since 2009, thereabout, the effluent and the onslaught of this kidnappers through Boko Haram and also etc. and etc. A lot of billions of dollars and the millions of billions of nairas have been invested to combat these people that are making us not to sleep with our two naked eyes. Sir, it's not what you are bargaining. Okay, it's not what you are bargaining.
Understood.
Let these people who are doing this, I hope that they didn't come from heaven or from, they are not spirits. They are human beings, like you and me. Can they put an end of this, outrageous, action and also what activity? Enough is enough, please.
All right,
Let them
thank you.
give us things of socialization,
All right.
tranquility, helpfulness
Okay.
to one another, and peacefulness, so that Nigeria is going to resuscitate and come back fully
All
from
right.
her lost glory. Thank you.
you.
Have a blessed day, my
Thank
good
you so
people.
much, Doctor.
Thank you very
Prince.
much,
Thank
Dr.
you, ma'am.
Prince Ike.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Ah.
Okay. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Mama Ife.
Good morning.
Good morning, Beauty.
Good morning to you, please.
And good morning to all our highly esteemed callers and listeners. Felix from Lambert. Huh?
Good to have you, Felix.
Welcome aboard. Talk to
Yeah.
us.
Yes, Beauty, I'm so happy the way you talked about this Odoha, Natasha Odoha's issue.
Right.
Yes, I think to me, she didn't break any law.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate that we are living in a country that makes law and breaks their own law. They don't obey their own law. The other I had Nnamdi Kanu in the court shouting, obey their own law, obey your own law, obey your own law. How could a governor give an order that contravenes the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You don't respect the grand norm. You are restricting people from movement, association. They are fundamental inalienable human rights. And you say you are giving all that. What respect do they have to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? That they are giving all that contravenes the grand norm. And I congratulate Natasha for her courage, her brave, and boldness. She came in a grand time. If she had come through the road, perhaps they would have waylaid her. She came by flight and landed right in Kogi. You can't guard the people of Kogi State. They are very bold, they are very correct. They came out en masse to demonstrate and to show the world that they are not behind this kangaroo recall process that is going on. We know what is happening. Some people think they have the power and the right to kill and to destroy and make alive or make poor, and they can do and undo. No, they are not God. Nobody should play God to Nigerians. Nigerians are very bold and very courageous people. We are very creative and innovative. We know what we are doing. That we are quiet and silent does not mean that we are fools.
All right.
Thank you and God bless you guys.
Appreciate that one, Felix.
Thank you very much.
Felix says that we are quiet does not mean that we are fools. That don't take the gentility of a lion for
stupidity. Yeah. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, GB.
My name is GB. I'm calling from Life Camp.
Okay, GB, talk to us.
On Natasha, they just give her unnecessary publicity. I'm telling you, the Kogi State government did not handle that issue very well. In fact, if I were the governor, I would even provide police to secure the place and go to sleep. He just gave her unnecessary recognition for something. What has he done to do? Somebody coming home. Let me tell you, from the beginning, I know that record process will not skate through. So because it's a very tedious and cumbersome process for you to get 50% of registered voter, not voter that voted in the day of election, registered voter, and go and look at our elections. You have not been able to get 30% people registered voter voting on election day. Talking about getting 50% of them to come and do a recall. So they just give her unnecessary publicity and recognition. But the thing is that she has not even learned her lesson. She should go and read that book very well before she comes back. If not, they will slam another discipline. If not, we come back to fumble and be unruly in the chamber. Then the issue of petrol, they say 750 before the end of the year. These are just speculation by a body, a Nigerian Institute of something. All the indices on the table did not show that it will reach 1,000 naira, even 1,000. I mean, say 800 naira before the end of the year, because the price of crude is going on in the market, in the farms. Our naira is not really stable. I don't see petrol reaching 750 before the end of this year. Secondly, I want to comment on the Edo judgment. Whichever way it goes, I'm not really bothered. Supreme Court will determine the last thing, because either of them will appeal. Wherever it goes, either it goes to the Pebolo or goes to the PP, they will still appeal it. So it is the Supreme Court that will determine who will be the governor, and that will be around the end of this year. So I don't see anybody dancing or rejoicing whether the government will be today. And then lastly, the removal of a Kyari, where it's long overdue. Let him go and rest. He has done his bit. Throughout from the beginning of Buhari regime, 2019, I think he has done enough. I wish those who are coming to come and put more favor and energy into our oil industry, because we need it to be vibrant. We have a lot of resources to increase our production to about 3 million barrels per day and make sure that our refinery are working, and also open more door for investment. And those who oil well and are not drilling, they should revoke it.
All right,
they use those oil well to get a loan from the bank, but they will not go and drill. They should revoke it. They revoke them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, GB, for your contribution.
We'll just jump into the Facebook page wall and see what messages await us right there on Facebook. Oh, this is beautiful. We see a female sending us a message. I think we should regard her. We keep saying more females, please participate. Be a part of politics. Talk about what's going on, because look, when it goes south, it affects you and the children the most, right? But when it goes merry too, it is still affecting you and the children even more, right?
The men.
No, it's the women and children. Excuse you.
All All right. So Francis Omaga Namani.
Yes.
Watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State says, good morning, my people in the studio. Good morning to you all. Bad governance is what is killing this country. Honestly, Nigeria is richly endowed, but most of our leaders are more interested in their own personal aggrandizement. This narrative must be corrected in order to move this country forward. May God help us. Thank you, Ozo Francis.
Thank you so much, Ozo. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she wants me to take the female, all right, it's all good. If government keeps releasing the arrested Boko Haram, telling us they are repentant Boko Haram, if the government fails to do anything concerning the killings by bandits, kidnappers, and Boko Haram, sorry to say, jungle justice can never stop in Nigeria. Okay, we get this one coming from Deborah Richard Adedayo. Thank you so much for that. She says, look, if all hands are not put on deck, and to address the root cause of these issues, you might just be seeing jungle justice becoming a norm, even though we fear that and we don't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
We get to the WhatsApp portal now.
Chinonso from Suleja says, the mounted roadblocks for Natasha, she flew by air. They said she paid the crowd for the rally, and I wonder if she paid over 250,000 people that gathered to welcome their own. Underrate Natasha at your own peril. How many northern governors, have ever visited Benue State ever since the days of Governor Otum till now?
Right.
All right, Chinonso. That question, can we get an answer to it?
Some observation.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not today, honestly. Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll go see this one. Samuel from Kuje, standing on existing protocols now. Okay, I'll just take it. Good morning to you, brother Udwak Daniel and Princess Adeze Omwefe Peace or Semere. All right, full names. Amazing. Congratulations and welcome to another new day, he says. Thank you so much. I want to ask the people that signed Natasha's recall, who are they and who sent them? Let us look at the crowd that came out to welcome her. Can we now see that those who signed for her recall are paid and hired hungry people? Why can't they allow the woman a breathing space? INEC should be careful the way and manner they are handling Natasha's issue. INEC should know that they are part of the electoral problem in this country, so they should tread with caution and carefulness, right? And he says we need peace in this country. Please, with an exclamation mark right there. May God make it easy for us in this country. In Jesus' name he says, amen to that.
Abbas reporting from Dutse says, good morning, Sayudi and Omoy.
Good morning
Please,
to you,
can you
Abbas.
correct that carry story in the NNPCL? It will be a welcome development because the NNPCL, has been led by board of directors who are protecting the interest of product importers, who are the ones changing Nigerians. If you observed, despite the fact that NPCL and Dangote are still negotiating, marketers have gone ahead and increased the price of PMS when they have not even bought, product in dollars. We hope this new MD will first of all resolve the issues of dollars for crude and naira dispute on time, and then ensure Dangote refinery the consensus for profitability so that the price of PMS can go down to at least 450 naira. Too much deception in the NNPCL. One thing about Abbas is the fact that he's been very consistent about the price at which PMS should be sold to Nigerians.
Exactly.
He's maintained 450 naira from day one.
He has
but Abbas, let's keep our fingers crossed. When that eventually happens, we'll definitely revert to your, thoughts or views. And we'll probably, would celebrate with you in that regard.
We will
because
celebrate.
it will be worth celebrating,
Ooh,
really.
It will be,
if the
honestly.
price of PMS a liter, would be sold at 450 naira.
Just to also let you in on the fact that the new GCEO of the NNPC, the GMD, if you like, is Bashir Ojulari. It is I that we see. That's what it means in Yoruba, Ojulari. All right, so we're hoping that he's going to have, we will give him the eagle's eye so that he gets to see, indeed, everything that is meant to be unseen, so to speak, right? Let's jump into the voice notes now. And proceed with your messages already. All right, should we have time, we would still take your voice calls. But for now, let's stick with the voice notes. Yeah?
All right. Okay, so we see this one from Daniel. This should be Daniel
from Kurudu.
Good morning, Daniel.
Yeah, my name is Daniel from Kurudu. Honestly, I want to commend Senator Natasha for her courage. And I watch on social media, I see the love she got from her constituents. I think it's a good one. It's a welcome development. I pray that God protect her because it's not easy, most especially even being a woman. I also want to commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's long overdue. You see, the backlash between the former DG of NNPC, Malakiari, with Dangote, has crippled the economy of this country. But I pray the new managing director will work with other stakeholders so that Nigeria will enjoy the dividend of democracy. This fuel scarcity and price up and down that is causing so much hardship, I believe this new NNPC director will look critical and see how he makes things easy for Nigeria. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Daniel.
Daniel, let's get into yet another one.
Good morning, Uba Daniel, the man with the golden voice.
Selassie.
Good morning, Hajia Omo Efe Adeze of Eagle FM 1.
Good morning.
My name is Selassie, sending this voice note from Garki right now.
Right.
People, you say PDP and APC are claiming victory. So should I tell you the people, the party that will win? APC will win at the Supreme Court. PDP will never get that judgment. It will be in the favor of APC. So we are talking about the insecurity. As I said yesterday, we condemn the killing of the innocent people. These 6 people that were killed. But mind you, they have been killing people in so many communities, and nothing has been done. These killer herdsmen will go to the community, ravage the community, and kill them. Then Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations too kill people. And the funny thing is that you will hear sometimes they will say bringing them back to society. I even talk of Deborah Samuel, one sheikh from Sokoto. Even in Abuja here, some sheikh says she crossed the red line. I disagree. I stand against jungle justice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Selassie. And for you to proclaim a victory for the All Progressives Congress,
I don't know.
is it possible that you also got, a hold of the leaked
leaked documents? I mean, I don't know.
We're just
asking a question, though. I don't know.
Thank you, regardless.
Thank you, Selassie, though. Let's take another voice note.
Right.
Princess, good morning.
Good morning.
A big day again today. You people said I should mind the utterances that I usually play. It's not Aluta utterances.
Please.
Okay, I withdraw it partially. Why? Because when a big man make it, it will make an headline. But when a poor man make it, it will not be a headline. It will not be a warning to the big man. But when the big man make it, it's all of us. It's consuming all of us, barrister. I am not going to say I'm afraid of all this. No. It's what is in my mind. It's what God has ordained it to my mind, to my heart, as a body, as a whole, completely. As a Luther Senator, Obasanjo calling you from Amali. Sir, a lot of things has been so. You can read out with the newspaper. See, completed judgment from the other side. APC are celebrating, PDP are celebrating. What kind of a quack country are we? In the country as a democratic country like this, learned people are there. What kind of people do we have in the government that cannot listen to common the poor man of this country? Where are we going? Natasha, good from you. That is how we'll need people that has the agility, no fear on them. Unlike Fubara fear. That is why all these things consume him. No fear in any politics. It's criminality in this country. You want to cripple everybody. Thank you.
Okay, Obasanjo, understood. We understand your standpoint, honestly. Some of this drama can be very depressing, and we've not even stopped saying it. I mean, even us sitting behind here, y'all don't even know the kind of depression that is looming, that is looking at us and staring us in the eye. But look, we stand strong because we know that the moment we get depressed and all of that, depression does not solve anything, all right? But then there's also the need for cordiality, right? You don't just say something, everything that comes to your mind, you don't just throw it out there because, of course, it might be inciting. If you're having a conversation with your friends, your family members and all of that, even though we don't advise you can say those things. Yeah?
And even if you want to purge your heart of whatever it is that is bothering you, we understand you're indeed concerned about the progression of events in the country, but do that in the most civil way or manner. Honestly, without being all abusive and what have you. Let's take a listen to this one. This is from BB Bless.
All right, BB.
Hello, my name is Teku Dandan. Good morning. My name is BB Bless. I greet our caller. I wish my Muslim happy Salah. Welcome back. I want to say issue of Natasha. Is it a government now? No, may they answer that woman now. May they answer that woman. An issue where they happen for Benin State. I think we have been cry. How these people, they are raping our women, they are kidnapping our children, nobody can talk. When it don't reach our turn now, they say may they investigate them, may they persecute them, may they bring the cough Abuja. I think during the time of election now, 2027 now, I think all the other people, they go cough Abuja, come vote. He said to tackle the issue where the border house, they are bushy, tracing what they trace them. I wonder this senator who they represent. I wonder some assembly who they represent. I wonder our president who they represent. I think they represent themselves, we never know. See, waiting we're about to happen for our country. Nobody can feel it. Could the president Senate, they know we're able to hold it. You better make them say to me, they know what they are doing for them before water begin to overpower Gary. I don't tell them now. See, that blood where they say they go run, wait the thing what will happen now. Then we come. That place will block. Nobody go free pass. May they do the news. May they represent it well. Please, this kid too much. Look at Benue where they get yam. They cannot even able to chop yam. Look at what is happening. May God keep Nigeria. May God open our eyes to see what will happen. If not, I advise my voice out to now. May they be careful. No.
Thank you, BB.
Thank you, BB. All right, taking yet another voice note now.
Abisodwa, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your Salah celebrations?
Fair.
I remain Honorable Edward from the
Yeah, honorable.
I want to talk a little about my state, Benue State. The insecurity is becoming a permanent, attitude where every day they must kill someone in Benue State. They must kidnap someone in Benue State. Declaring state of emergency in River State or which way they suspect or whatever. Why not doing in Benue State? And look into the security situation in Benue State. You people are all living witness. You hear? Is there any day that you didn't hear about Benue State? Then what's the way forward? No way forward. So something has to be done. Natasha has just proven that she's not someone you can just listen. Right from the beginning, I said Mr. Senate President is the father. This issue is an issue that would have settled long ago, just because of seat. Control it. So is the Senate President now saying, yes, what that woman is accusing him of is true? Because it doesn't matter. Why this matter is going to this point. The woman has just proven that she's very, very strong. I'm just not taking what this woman is heading to somewhere. This woman has a strong point. Thank you, God bless.
Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Edward. From
the woman is heading somewhere. All right, we'll see a couple of messages coming through now. Let's just jump into it already.
All right, Innocent from Suleja says, good morning, UD and Amoife. While condemning the Uromi killings, I'm still confused as to how soon a national narrative was cued to identify arm-bearing long-distance travelers as hunters almost immediately. Which forest did they go to hunt? And who were the southern partners? Or they just enter southern forest while large vast forests are in the north. This quick narrative that has become nationally adopted means that there are people who had an idea of that movement and scripted narratives ahead in case of an altercation or exposure. I suggest a national judicial inquiry on this because it has far-reaching security issue in Nigeria, especially given kidnapping or fights between farmers and herders and killing, of citizens in the southern state. Number 2, why will a state government put up a curfew just to stop Senator Natasha from traveling? This politicking is too childish and should be stopped. Anyway, trust Senator Natasha to, be miles ahead of them. Number 3, now we have another Yoruba in the new appointment. There we go. Thank you, Innocent from Suleja. Is it now about, is it about the region or the tribe the person represents, or how competent the person is?
Competency would have been best.
To stir the affairs of that, establishment, talking about the NNPCL.
Well, it's time really on our side, but Innocent, just as the name
implies,
from
Suleja.
All the way from Suleja, raised some very big concerns, especially about the Edo State hunter killers right there. But yeah, that's the much that we can take right now. Appreciate you. Thank you, far too kind. Time is fast spent. But want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us. 9 o'clock, we'll be right back to talk something that brought us around the NNPCL as well. And maybe we'll just chip it in, the sacking of Mele Kyari. Right. My name is Udwak Daniel, and call me the Golden UD Voice.
My name is Omoife Piso-Semer, and as always, the views expressed on the show this morning were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
That's right.
Good morning.